Hey guys, Pretzel here, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're talking about some more Godzilla figure news. But before we jump into the news that I have for today, I want to have a little announcement. I am working on a stop motion, and I do want to talk about it a little bit, but I'm going to save that for the end of the video, so we can get into the news first. So if you want to hear what I have to say about that, I'd appreciate it if you checked what I have to say, and I'll see you till then. But getting into the news, the first thing that we have for today is that Toy Ark has released a photo gallery of the NECA King Kong figure, which I love when Toy Ark does their photo galleries because they just do such a fantastic job. Like, the photography is great, the editing is great, it's just, in general, just great. And I love when they do it. The images of the figure itself, of course, look good. I'm the more and more I see the 1933 homage head, the less or the more and more I dislike it. I mean, it's nice that it's a homage, but it would have been so much nicer if we had a closed mouth head, because it's gonna be super awkward when I'm making a stop motion with this figure and I have that face on, because that's the closest I'm gonna get to closed mouth, and I'm definitely not using the roaring head for, just the regular head, because it's gonna be even more stupid if I have it like that and then I do the editing and I have Kong roar. Then it's just like, it's just would be so much better for the closed mouth head. But it's the best we're gonna get for the moment. We also have images of the figure compared to some of the NECA Godzilla figures, and Kong is a bit out of scale, which we did know the figure was going to be 7 to 8 inches tall. We just didn't realize how tall he would be compared to Godzilla, because we didn't really process that. Maybe someone processed that, but I didn't process that. And then when I seen this, I was like, whoa. But I mean, this is just when Kong's standing up straight. So I would imagine if you had him more of in a crouching pose, he might fit well more with the Godzilla figures. I have no issue with Kong being taller than Godzilla. It's just a bit weird because usually it's either the other way around or they're the exact same height. So it is a bit awkward to see like that, for me at least. But it will be an interesting thing to work with when I make a stop motion with the figure. And I know for a fact I'll be able to get the figure, because the figure will be officially releasing on September 9th. This is found on the NECA calendar. And, yeah. So, and also when they were releasing, images and whatnot for the figure officially, they said that, they'll be releasing early September. And exactly when when that came out, I got the email, or not the email, the message back from NECA, them telling me that it's good, they're planning on releasing it still in September. So, nash. But this is the exact date for it, so now I know when I'm going to be able to buy it, or at least sometime around the time I'll be able to buy it. But that's nice. And I would imagine that it'll start showing up in the Targets that don't have a figure yet. But out of that, we have official images of the NECA King Kong box, which it looks good, but I don't know, it's not ideal. I think it's just not really something I'm used to, because for one, they used the figure for like the front and all the parts of the box instead of artwork or a poster, which poster is obviously what they couldn't use because it isn't part of any film. It's their own design. The only thing that is part of the film is the 1933 head homage, but the figure itself is, their own design. But I feel like they could have done a bit of art for the figure, for the front of the box, because, like, what they do with some of the Predator figures they released, they have art for the box. So I feel like they could have done something with that there, but it's whatever, I guess. It's definitely not my favorite box. It'll probably be more in the back from where I have my boxes, because usually I have, like, my favorite boxes up front, so when I'm opening my closet back here, that you guys can't see because there's images blocking. But when I open my closet, I have my boxes there, and I always admire them when I'm opening it. So I'll not have that up front because it's not really a box I'd really admire, if I'm being honest. But it's not terrible. It's just not ideal. Next we have is the NECA Godzilla 2003 and 1989 Hypermazer Blast and Biolentia Bio version. Those figures are starting to show up in stores, which I guess makes sense because, the Kong is starting to show up in stores, so I'd imagine that these figures are going to start showing up in stores as well. There is no exact official release date yet, like for when the figure is going to be shipping out to the targets that don't have the figures, I guess I could say. And I did check NECA's calendar, and they don't have it on there, so I guess that's like maybe for figures that are like releasing online and not just Target exclusive. I could be wrong, but I think that's how that is. So I didn't see anything else, unless they didn't add it onto the calendar yet, which could be the case, but I don't know for sure. Next we have is pretty disappointing news, which is, it's 2020, so what do you really expect? Toy Fair 2021 has been postponed till 2022, which, depending on what happens, is a pretty smart decision, because you're not really going to be able to do it anyways if things get worse or still remain the same till 2021. But I don't think this is going to be like, we're not going to get any reveals for the new figures coming out. I don't think this is going to be a case. I think we're going to have live streams and virtual things for, I don't know if all the companies are going to do it. They might not just do virtual at all. They just might release it on like their Twitter accounts, like, look at this new figure coming out. I would imagine NECA will do a virtual live stream kind of thing. Or they could do Toy Fair virtual in general, but since it says Toy Fair 2021 has been postponed until 2022, I would imagine that means that there's no Toy Fair at all, so it'll just be up to the company to decide what they're going to be doing to reveal their new figures for the year. So, I imagine we'll still have more figure news to come out around that time, so I'm not worried about it. So it's reassuring. Cast, which is a weird name for a company, is re-releasing their Gagan 1972 Earth Attack Command version ornament. Man, these statues have very long names. This statue is available now, I would imagine, at like websites and whatnot. I'd say your best bet is on Big Bad Toy Store, but I can't say for sure because where I seen this, it didn't say where it's available. And the statue is available for $80, so that's that. If you would like to buy it, then there you go. paying $80 for it. Lastly, we have Spiral Studios has given us a update on their King Ghidorah figure, or statue. The statue is set to release sometime in December 2020 or January 2021. And this is for both the standard version and the deluxe version, which will both be releasing on the same exact day. So, I thought the figure, or I keep on saying figure. I thought the statue was already released, but I guess I'm wrong. I also wonder what the deluxe version is. I think that's the version that comes with like the destroyed building thing, maybe. Maybe like the standard version is just a figure, and then the deluxe version is the figure and like a destroyed city set. That might be the case. I have no idea. But that is unfortunately all the news that we have for today. But like I said, I do want to talk about the stop motion I am working on. I have planned on making the stop motion for over a year now. This is the sequel to my last year's stop motion Godzilla Bloodshed. And there has been a lot of changes that I've made through this universe that I am making. I have now names for both the protagonist and the antagonist Godzillas. And you can still consider an unofficial MonsterVerse kind of universe thing. But if you don't want to consider it that, I don't really care. It's just whatever. But I do plan on, after this, making more stop motions for the universe. So whether this is successful or not, won't really matter for if I make more stop motions for this universe or not. But I would hope for it to do as well as Bloodshed did, which is my most viewed, most liked, I think most commented, and most disliked video that I have released, which is very awesome. I do appreciate the support, minus the people who dislike the video, because, they obviously dislike the video, so they're not supporting me. But it's whatever. That's what they think of the video, so that's their opinion. But I would imagine it's because everyone thought, oh, it's Godzilla 2019 versus 2014, which, like I explained before, is not the case. It's not, and I made that very clear in the new stop motion. So, yeah. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you check out that stop motion when it releases. I'd very much appreciate the support on that, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about it when it comes out, because I love your guys' feedback. And I'll see you then.